Alright, Sam, turn it up a little bit. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Snaps.
Somebody to the principal. I'm about to kill Jalen with the principals. Okay, gotta get rid. Alright, here we go. Back at it with the antics. Same better with the antics. I'm good with this flow. They can disappear like magic. Illustrative through the flow. Call me static. Statistically, I'm gonna beat you. In my head with the bread. Like lunch. Call it brunch. Basic. Real basic. Yeah, basic. ABC, like basic.
Okay. That was cool. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Look. I remember doing math in my class, sitting back, trying to relax. Them was the days, better days, man. Came back with a plan, trying to do better, help my teacher understand. Got a tutor, then I started acting like a man. Like, it was so grand. It was so grand. Speaking of grand, I got 1,000 fans. They tell me I am the man. Here is the plan. I gotta do it even better than everybody, including Pat. And I'ma make them show them how to take a breath. Hey. But I'm still better than the rest. You can put me to the test. I ain't never gonna stress. It don't matter what you say, cause I'm always at my best. Ooh.
Well.
Welcome. What's up, guys? We're so glad that you're here with us. We miss you. We love you. We're glad that you're watching. We want to take a second today. We've done Full Send. We loved that video.
Oh, yeah,
series. Patrick really got
crazy.
torn apart there.
Yeah.
And before that, we did our DTR, Define the Relationship series. But we want to take a second and just meet you guys where you're at, which is new ways of doing school, online school, not knowing when you go back to school, not knowing if when you go back to school that you're staying at school. So we want to take a second and just talk about what you guys are actually going through. So for kids that maybe aren't comfortable going out or their parents aren't comfortable letting them go out and do anything, where can you find fun when you don't have the social interactions built in from school and you don't have Riot to go to and you don't have any sports, or if you do have sports, everything's different. You have to stand apart from your friends. Maybe you can't hug. Where can you find fun, like actual just time to enjoy?
So one thing that I've realized with talking to a couple of kids is that, they've been doing a lot more video games. And those online interactions, whether it's playing Fall Guys, that's the new one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fall Guys, even people are still
I haven't tried that yet.
It's real fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's
lame.
It's
Pick
so
up
dumb,
daggone
but
sticks.
it's still so good though. But it's that people have started getting on the Marco Polos. Shout out to the Marco Polos. If you ain't in it, you need to get it. But what I'm saying. But it's one of those things where people are meeting people on social media and they're still trying to find ways to talk to each other. So if you are having a hard time trying to feel that connection with someone, we're not saying that it solves the problem, because I believe that people still need that physical connection, and that hopefully and prayerfully we'll get back to that. But you just need something for now, finding ways to connect with your group, whether it be just a call to a friend or just be in some text, stay in touch with people.
I think what's really what you just pointed out that's really good to recognize is that if this had happened, if we were in a different time, if the pandemic happened where technology wasn't as accessible and available as it is right now, then we wouldn't have as many opportunities for connection. And so even though it might feel like, where is God and what is he doing right now, the fact that we are provided with so many ways and so many outlets, even while we're still separated, even while maybe there's not as much in-person interaction, and in-person interaction isn't going to be the same for a while.
Yeah.
And everyone's different. The way you approach everyone is different. And so I think it's a good opportunity for us to see where God is and what he has already equipped us with, whether it be an Xbox, a PlayStation. Xbox Live, any online games. Yeah, I
Don't
know.
play no
Everyone
daggone
knows
box.
Yeah, I know everybody wants to talk bad about the Xbox, man. Everybody.
PS5's coming
It's a whole
out.
nother video.
I would like to say though,
yeah.
for fun, you know, like you said, like God has already given us so many things, like, you know, maybe friends or family, maybe siblings that we can connect with, but we also have gifts. You know, everybody has gifts, and like, you know, we start off the video, Pat getting destroyed in a rap battle. You know how it goes. Like, let's say you're into music, or you're into video games, or you're into like coding, or if you're into whatever, drawing, art, writing stories, whatever. Like, this is a great time to dive more into those talents and learn about yourself and just grow in those things that you love. So that's another opportunity for fun.
Not good at any of those things. I don't have any, like, you know, like growing up, everyone's like, what's your talent? Don't have one. So what's your advice for, you know, if you can't identify what that is and you don't know where to dive in and start maybe having fun with that identifiable thing, where do you start?
Maybe your interests.
Yeah, hobbies, interests, like things like, you know,
Just what you enjoy.
what you enjoy. Like if you like to read, start a book series, like a long book series. If you like to read, I don't know, if you're into a certain like season of nature and you want to like just, you know, take pictures, like grab your cell phone. Like you don't have to get the expensive camera, just go outside and take pictures. Or like, you know, if you like to journal.
The next thing I want to go to is with students that you guys have talked to during this time. What have you heard from them? What are the struggles? What things need encouragement?
Yeah, Sam.
They hate it. This whole homeschooling
Online
thing,
school,
man.
Zoom.
I from my experience, I graduated class of 2020, so my class was right at the beginning of all the pandemic stuff, and we were near the end of the school year, and it sucked. So I can only imagine how it is starting the whole school year,
Like
not
that.
having the visions that you had, or seeing it manifest.
In the
basically.
unknown.
Man, they're not finding much pleasure in it, especially when you're waking up first thing in the morning and you're at home and you got to do schoolwork, like being in the atmosphere of your bedroom, doing work, or just home.
And I've heard stories about Zoom calls just absolutely
Terrible sometimes.
going crazy. Yeah.
Not even working sometimes.
Right. I've heard kids also say like that they just want to go back to school because it feels like they're not even in it right now, because so much of what we identified as school was the social interactions. And like that's not just, I think sometimes we're like, oh well, there's social and there's work, but the friendships actually motivate. The competition sometimes in school can motivate you and actually make you feel like you want to thrive, or, you know, group projects, things that aren't, that you, when we used to have to do group projects, I was so mad all the time. Never wanted to do it because I never took I never saw the blessing that it was to be able to be together and be in person. So I think that, you know, with kids struggling with those things and just straight up having, like, how do you get out of a negative perspective when you really don't enjoy it? What would your advice be to get out of that, get into a positive, what is God trying to do and say to me, and how could this time even be something that God is going to meet me in?
I think when you change your perspective and look at it like a season, like, 'cause I believe that sometimes we take circumstances and look at them as forever situations. It's like that maybe this is a seasonal thing that you're going to learn, and like, you know, what are some things that you missed about school, and what's some things you wish you could do better, and like, how do you make that?
How do you still meet,
How
like
do you
you're
still
saying,
meet those goals? Like, how do you
yeah,
like?
exactly. The reasons that you miss it, actually identify what they are, and then see if you can still make this, get the fulfillment from
Get the
whatever
fulfillment.
that is.
It may
So-
look different, but you're gonna
Right.
like, if you really like, if you miss people, reach out to people. Like, you know, if you miss,
Be willing to be a friend and not just be sad that you don't have friends. Once you start being a friend, you start having friends, even if it is over the phone right now.
because that just makes the interaction when you see each other in person even better. Like, wow, it's not gonna be that awkward. Like, hey,
That's true.
I was like, no, bro, we've been talking for like what, November? Like, now we can just actually hang out. And so like, I think it's one of those things where like, perspective is key. When you change your perspective, and that's not an easy thing, but if you're able to shift the perspective of how you see something, you're going to see so many more possibilities than so many disappointments.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Pokemon Go? Do you
I
Yeah.
still play
remember?
Pokemon Go.
Dude,
Yeah.
Such a kid.
there was this period in time where like everybody was in the house. This was before coronavirus, obviously, but like there was a period of time everybody was in the house, nobody wanted to get outside, everybody was like doing their own thing, and then Pokemon Go just
And
came.
everybody was outside.
Everybody was outside.
Well, and that's the thing is like perfect example, Jalen, because I think that school putting us in our home, you know, not us because we're not still in school, but for students, it's putting you in this box of you have to sit down in front of your computer, you have to be at home and do this, and then you feel confined to it. But as soon as you're off your Zoom call, what's stopping you from going outside while the weather is nice? What's stopping you from, if your parents are okay with it, meeting outside with your friends because it's safer, or going to parks, going on walks, playing Pokemon Go again.
Literally.
Yeah, I do love that game.
It's a fun game.
The last thing that I wanna talk about is ways that students can connect here with us.
We can start strong with Marco Polo.
Yeah, what's that?
Marco Polo is it's a communication software. You can easily download off of Google Play, Apple, iTunes.
It's kind of like FaceTime and Snapchat together.
Yeah, it's a healthy mixture of
Yeah.
those two. We have 3 groups set up right now, so if you want to get plugged into a group, man.
We're wanting to start a ton more.
Man,
We want as many of you in
man.
as possible.
Dude, I heard
Possibly a
the groups
TikTok
were,
group.
I heard the
Man.
groups were jumping, bro. Like,
Yeah, I have like over 2,000 notifications at the moment. So your boys had to put on Do Not Disturb. But it's good stuff. So if you want to join
Yeah.
a group, DM us your first and last name off of the New Life Students Instagram page, and we'll get you plugged.
what type of groups do we have?
We have worship and production. We have a boys and a females group at the moment. We're looking into doing a TikTok group. So if you make your TikToks, hey, you probably gonna want to be part of that, James.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
if you just have a group of friends that's already friends,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe you have a leader that you know together, like that's y'all's favorite leader, then just let us know, hey, me and my 6 friends are interested, and we would really like to connect with this leader that we used to know. And we'll start a new group if you guys give us the people to put into it.
Yeah.
True. I mean, like, you know, another way to get just to be involved and still like interact. Watch the videos.
Yeah.
Watch the videos. Like, you know, like watch.
Send
all
them
the
to your
things.
friends.
Send your you know.
And that's not a plug. Like,
No.
that, to be honest with you, the way that we would, this is the way we've been looking at it, is we would say to you, invite your friends to Riot, or at Calvert, invite your friends out to youth group. And that's because you're taking ownership over what God is doing in your life, and you're wanting to share it. So if these videos, God is speaking, or they're shedding light on your life, or it's helping you be positive, or whatever it is, you want to take ownership over that and share it because it's positive, and other people should experience that as well.
Yeah, preach.
Yeah. And you mentioned a little bit there, Calvert actually has a youth group that's up and running right now. So I think that's on Fridays, every Friday.
I think so. And if you need to know more details, their Instagram page has it all, but they're not doing it the same because it's got to be a little bit different, but they are in person and meeting.
Yeah. And I heard they showed a couple of videos there, which is,
Yeah.
dude, I've been embarrassed so many times on camera. It's like, why? But at the same time, I'm totally cool with it.
Totally cool.
What about here in person?
Here we have the Sunday student section, which has been doing really well. It's been super great to see all the familiar faces. Soper, yeah. What is Soper, bro? I don't know. But yeah, it's been really great to see all the familiar faces come out, and you know, we've been playing games like basketball, 9 square, octoball, tag,
But still
monkey in the
attending
middle.
church together, but still playing games. And yeah, absolutely. I think that right now, what we want you to know is that God wants to meet you, that God wants to do something that maybe you can't feel his love right now, and maybe that's okay. Maybe you can see it if you start changing your perspective. And even now in this hard season, in this new season where you guys don't necessarily have an example of a generation that's done it before you, you still have God trying to speak to you through other generations, other people, other friends. And we just believe that even now he wants to meet you. He wants to do something. He wants to say something to you. So we love you guys. We want you to join Marco Polo group so we're connected. We want to see you in person, whether you're at Calvert and you go out to youth group, or you're here in La Plata and you want to come on Sundays at 11. We just love you, and we are praying for you. We want you to send this to your friends so they know that we're praying for them as well. You got anything else?
I love you.
I love you too.
Pray for Pat.
Pray for Pat.
Hashtag pray for
Better than that in a minute.
Challenge number 1. You could eat dog food or take the alternative.
What kind of dog food?
It's the wet dog.